In a world where wrestling dreams are built on sweat, grit, and golden opportunities, few stars ever rose faster, and then fell quieter, than Wardlow. At one time, he was the definition of AEW's homegrown promise. A three-time TNT champion. A physical force of nature. A silent destroyer whose every powerbomb shook arenas and sparked standing ovations. He was Mr. Mayhem. He was the man who made the Powerbomb Symphony a concert of chaos. He was the next big thing, until suddenly, he wasn't. Because somewhere between the cheers and the challengers, between dominance and destiny, Wardlow vanished. March 13, 2024. AEW's Big Business event. Wardlow faced off against Samoa Joe, the undisputed destroyer in his own right. And in a moment few expected, the match ended not with a knockout, but by referee decision. Wardlow had lost. And then, nothing. No backstage segment. No return vignette. No injury update. Just silence. Fans waited. Speculation brewed. Where was the man once groomed for greatness? It was eventually reported that his absence wasn't a creative decision, at least not initially. Wardlow was hurt. Physically broken. An injury had sidelined him. And just when the road to recovery began, fate hit harder. A car accident. Another setback. Another delay. For Wardlow, the path that once seemed paved in gold had become one of potholes and detours. But even in absence, some names carry weight. Because when you've dropped giants, when you've held titles, when you've been the future, people don't forget. They wait. They wonder. And as 2025 rages on, there's one question echoing louder than ever. What's next for Wardlow? Could AEW welcome him back with open arms? Absolutely. He's one of their own. A man built within their system. A monster molded for big matches and bigger moments. A return could reignite a division, reshuffle title contention, or even spark a long-awaited redemption arc. But then again, wrestling is unpredictable. Just like Wardlow's journey. And while AEW may have been his home, other doors are now opening. Because across the landscape, another kingdom watches. Another empire always hungry for size, strength, and spectacle. WWE. Where power is praised. Where presence is everything. Where a man like Wardlow could become unstoppable. Imagine the visual. Wardlow walking through the NXT tunnel. Powerbombing prospects with ruthless precision. Rising fast. Making noise. Becoming a juggernaut in the black and gold brand before charging headfirst into Raw or SmackDown. Or maybe even skipping NXT entirely. Landing on the big stage. Face to face with Gunther. Colliding with Braun Breaker. Standing toe-to-toe with Roman Reigns. Because WWE understands the power of silence, and how to turn a comeback into a career-defining moment. But first, Wardlow has another project. Not in a ring, not with a belt, but in a reboot. The American Gladiators. He's traded wrestling boots for battle gear. Challengers for contestants. He's become the embodiment of muscle and mayhem once more, just in a different arena. It may be temporary. It may be transitional. But it's a reminder that Wardlow is still a presence. Still a brand. Still a threat. And when the reboot wraps. When the lights go down. When the next chapter begins. The wrestling world better be ready. Because Wardlow isn't done. He's not fading. He's just reloading. Whether it's AEW or WWE, NXT or SmackDown, Full Sail or the Thunderdome, when Wardlow returns, he won't be asking for opportunity. He'll be powerbombing his way through it. This is a man who once stood toe-to-toe with MJF. Who took down legends. Who had fans screaming his name in unison as he delivered punishment with rhythm and rage. He doesn't need a title to be dangerous. He doesn't need a push to be impactful. He just needs a ring, a rival, and a reason. And wrestling is full of reasons. Revenge, redemption, resurgence. Wardlow's story isn't finished, it's just paused. He's not a cautionary tale. He's a coiled spring. He's tomorrow's shock return. He's the next meme-worthy monster moment waiting to go viral. And the world will watch. Because when he steps through the curtain again, whether to AEW's theme music or a surprise appearance in WWE, one thing will be clear. Mr. Mayhem is back, and he's bringing hell with him.